All right, guys, what is going on? My name is Ollie Ward. Welcome back to the Ollie Ward channel. Hope you're all having a fantastic Tuesday and you're ready for some Leeds United news. Haven't done this in a long old time, but I just thought there's a couple of sort of rumours, sort of paper talk going around at the moment, and I wanted to have a bit of a discussion with you guys. So I want all the comments to be alert today. I want you to respond to everything we spoke about in today's video. Subscribe if you are new, and also smash that like button. Let's go for 200 likes on this video. I don't know how well it's going to do, but you know what? I thought there's a few things going around. I just want to have a chat about it. Remember, this is silly season. It's paper talk. There's 6 games left of the season, and rumours are just starting to fly around. So I want to talk to him with you. So take this video with a pinch of salt, is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to start with Kalvin Phillips. I think I know a lot of Leeds fans are either want to talk about Kalvin Phillips or really don't want to talk about Kalvin Phillips. He has been, sort of a key point talking about him from, West Ham fans to Man City fans to Leeds fans. We're all kind of passing him around. Who wants him? Who wants to talk about him in a negative or positive light? We all know he didn't really play much at Man City. It's not going very well for him at West Ham. And the latest things are that talks are reopening up with and regarding Kalvin Phillips returning to Leeds United if Leeds United return back to the Premier League. Apparently, they've set a bar, Man City, for around £30 million for Kalvin Phillips. And listen, I'm a nostalgia merchant. I am. Kalvin Phillips is my favourite player of all time. Would I like Kalvin Phillips back in this Leeds United side? There's a bit of me that would and a bit of me that wouldn't. I do agree that we have to move on and remember what Kalvin Phillips was like, when he was at the club under Marcelo Bielsa, because the few years before that, he wasn't great. And I think, we all agree he wasn't great. He was growing into that role that became his in the end. And he hasn't done the best of jobs at Man City. He hasn't done the best of jobs at West Ham. And £30 million for a man who, is not performing well. I just don't think it makes sense personally. But then we can't argue that, this player, Kalvin Phillips, isn't brilliant. He is a fantastic football player, and if you don't believe that, then you're silly. I think if you want to compare it to the squad we've got now and the players coming through, is he better than Kamara? Is he better than Gruev? Is he better than Ampadu? Is he better than Archie Gray? Overall, probably yeah. But based on form, of course he's not, because these players. But again, the Championship's a lot different to the Premier League. It is. We saw a lot of when Leeds United were back in the Championship a few years ago. We saw a lot of them players who were brilliant in the Championship, who didn't do much in the Premier League. For example, Matthias Klick was a fantastic Championship player. Yes, he didn't get a lot of time in the Premier League under Jesse Marsh and things like that, but I know myself personally, I was thinking we can't keep starting Klick. We can't keep starting these certain players that couldn't do it in the Premier League. And I think that's understandable. So we've got to be really honest about nostalgia at this point with Kalvin Phillips. And yes, talks are increasing that there could be some rumours that Kalvin Phillips could come back. But would that be the best for Leeds fans? Would that be best for the club? Would that be best for him? I'm not sure if it would be. And Kalvin Phillips is my favourite player of all time. I love the man. But I just don't know. I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Next up, Archie Gray is being scouted by 2 giant clubs. Apparently, the 2 giant clubs in name are Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. And the thing is, you say them names and you go, it really? But come on, Archie Gray is generational talent. The bloke's 18. He scored 5 minutes into his England under-21s, game. He's played a lot of football for Leeds United this season. He plays at right back, centre mid. Gareth Southgate was talking about him, that they're monitoring him for the first team football, and it doesn't surprise me that the likes of Real Madrid and Bayern Munich are looking at the youngster. So, as much as they're scouting and looking and watching his games, it doesn't mean too much right now, depending on where Leeds United are going to be. He's just signed a deal, obviously. It's going into 2028, but we all know nowadays deals don't mean too much. But the bloke's been fantastic this season. I mean, you can't fault the bloke. You really can't. He's 18 years old and he's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, apparently they're scouting him, and we'll just see. I mean, if Leeds United, I do believe if Leeds United don't go up, Archie Gray would be one that would get snapped up, and actually we could probably demand a bit of money for him. Or do we keep on to? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like I said, this isn't massively like confirmed transfer news. This is just me chatting to you guys on more of just a calm sort of basis, talking about sort of the rumors that are going around, and I want to know what you guys think. So yeah. Next up, Willy Gnonto, new contract in the summer. It's well known that he has got rid of his original agents that didn't help him out during that summer debacle that he had when he refused to play for Daniel Farke's Leeds United side and then was withdrawn from the squad, training by himself and all that stuff. And then suddenly he goes, oh, actually, I've made a mistake. He dropped his agents then, and now he's back. And he has been performing under Daniel Farke and Leeds United till he got injured. And also Daniel James has been putting up an absolutely brilliant season stats-wise. So it was hard for Gnonto to get back into the team. But when he's been called upon, Willy Gnonto, for the remainder of the season has done well. He really has, and he could be rewarded with a new contract in the summer, depending on where Leeds United are. Obviously, there's 6 games left, and we'll have a little chat about that at the end. But Willy Gnonto, for me, fair play to him. I think he's done absolutely, he's been quite professional about it in the end. He was badly advised as a 19-year-old. He's now 20. He's now a bit more fixed on up here, got new agents, and he's just focused on his football. And I've really respected that for him. And depending on where we are, we could be seeing a new contract for Willy Gnonto. And actually in the Premier League, Willy Gnonto was actually decent. So hopefully if we did get back there, he would do the same sort of thing again. Next up, Borussia Mönchengladbach apparently are struggling to afford Max Wöber. A couple of weeks ago, we were speaking about Max Wöber returning because they can't afford him. And then actually Borussia Mönchengladbach actually wants him. But now there's a rumor coming out that they can't afford to have him. So could we see Max coming back again? But apparently, according to their chairman, the owner, they want to do everything they can to get Max Wöber. They think he's a big asset into the German side. I think he might be their captain right now. I'm not 100% sure. But for me, I don't want to see him back. As much as money we can get out of him, let's just do it. Even if we take a couple of million off it, so they can afford it, send Max Wober off. But I know some people don't agree with that. Some people say, for the Premier League and depending on what league we're in, he'd actually be quite a good asset. But also, I'm quite I don't know. I'm just not happy with the players that just jump ship. But I guess that's just being more of a fan of the team. I'm not thinking about it financially. I'm not thinking about it as a business, because football teams nowadays, they're a business, aren't they? And they just need to keep players onto this if they want to stay in the Premier League. So who knows? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Next up, another returning player, Rasmus Kristensen. Looks like he could be returning in the summer, but this could be another one where he would be probably shipped off again. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked out for Rasmus Kristensen because I really thought he would be the next best thing, our next Pontus Jansson, but he's actually been anything but it. Apparently, he hasn't really had a very good time out in Roma, and it doesn't look very good for Rasmus Kristensen. So it does look like he's going to return to Leeds in the summer, but I don't think he'll stay too long. And last sort of transfery sort of rumor going around is Trey Hume. He's been linked from Sunderland. I believe he plays either right back or left back. And apparently 5 teams are looking at him. 1 are Leeds United. When I've watched him, I haven't ever thought he stood out. But like I said, I can't watch him. I don't watch him week in, week out. So I can't say this player is going to be brilliant for Leeds. Is he Premier League quality and things like that? So I don't 100% sort of know what sort of the rumor is there, but there we go. Leeds United are linked with Sunderland's Trey Hume. And quickly just touching on the last 6 games, it's huge for Leeds United, huge for Ipswich Town, and huge for Leicester City. I would like to confidently say that Southampton are out of the top 2 race now. I think they should just focus on playoffs, but you never know. These 6 games, anything could happen. But credit to Leeds United for getting the 3 points last night. And what I like to say is, it wasn't a title-winning sort of performance, but it was a title winning result, and fair play to Leeds United. And these last 6 games are going to be huge for Leeds and Leicester and Ipswich, but I'm just excited and nervous to see how it all goes. Guys, if you did enjoy this little video like this, like I said, it is transfer sort of news, but it's more taken at it with a pinch of salt, a bit of a chatty one, so I can speak to you guys in the comments. Be sure to smash that like button. Also subscribe if you are new. I've been Ollie Ward. You guys have been excellent, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheery. Oh.